got to like grade 9, grade 10, then I started getting into harder stuff and started drinking every day. And it just started being a way to like get away from my home life because my parents are always fighting, my parents like that. And then I ran away from home, and then I lived in Bayshore in a trap house for like a year, and we were just literally doing hard drugs like Molly, speed, coke, and stuff like that. I just kept on doing that for a while, and then I moved back home, and then I got introduced this summer. I got introduced to fentanyl, like Percocets, the blue ones, which had fentanyl in them, and I kept on doing those. Like I've OD'd 7 times with my heart stopping, and I never really like even expected that to happen. It just hits you because you just can't stop them. They're so addicting. And yeah, I lost like 25 pounds, went through rehab twice. Yeah.
And so was it like a way for you to essentially forget about the stress?
It was stress, but also was more of a way of just like escaping reality. So like escaping my shitty home life. Like my dad got arrested for abuse, and like I can't even see him anymore, stuff like that. So just a way of coping with just, I guess, like my crap, like my bad home life and just like my bad state in general, you know.
And were you ever worried whenever you first started that there was the potential of overdosing or dying?
I never expected it. Like I never thought, like I knew there was a potential because I've seen people happen to people, but I never expected it. Like I was the guy that I wanted to forget everything, so I just go hard to forget. And like, no, I never expected it. It happened a lot, but no, like, never expected it. But I thought like if it happened, at that point in my life, I really did not care if it would happen or not.
Was there any times that you ever felt like stopping? Any times you thought, why am I doing this? I want to seek help.
When I was doing it, not near the end, until like the end of me getting sober. Not until then. Like it was my life. I'd wake up, I'd want to do it. If I didn't have it, I'd find a way to get money for it. I'd say, what can I steal? What can I pawn? Who can I rob? I'd try to get money no matter what to get them by the end of the day. So it just took over my life.
And you overdosed in Sean's garage on December 31st, I believe it was?
Yes.
Was that your last time?
Last time overdosing?
Yeah.
No. I'd overdosed twice more after that.
And how are you doing now after all of those times?
I'm doing fine. Like I just got out of rehab again. Like I'm doing fine. Like it took away some of my like mentality, so I'm a little bit slower than I used to be. Like I don't have as good of an outlook on life. Like I pretty much just had to like relearn everything. Like it's really hard for me to interact with people. Like I can't go to a normal high school. I can't interact with people properly. So doing online schooling and I'm working. Just stuff like that. Like didn't affect my body health too much. Just more mentally.
And from all the times you have overdosed, do you remember anything from those experiences?
Like after I overdosed, like no, like no.
And during it either, like you don't remember anything what happened on those days?
My last memory is just popping all those pills and just doing a bunch of it and getting into somebody's car, and then it's black from there until we weren't even in Sean's garage right when I OD'd. I OD'd in somebody's car 20 minutes away, driving there.
And where do you see yourself in 5 years from now? What would you like to see for yourself?
I want to have a steady job, a good house. I want to be close to finishing university or being done university.
And for anyone who is in this situation and wants to get help and to essentially clean up their lives, what do you think someone has to do? What would your recommendations be for someone who wants to get out of that situation?
Go to detox. There's a detox in Montreal Road. It's awesome. You know, you have a place to sleep, 3 meals a day. They have really good programs there. They teach you how to adapt. So I'd go there for a week, and then I'd go to probably Dave Smith Treatment Center. I'd go there for 3 months, because if you think about it, 3 months out of your whole life, it's no time at all, and it helps a lot. And then they give you multiple drug counselors, so if you ever need help, they can help you out as well. So that's what I recommend they do.
And do you think there's a role in essentially changing your friends, people you hang around with? Because, of course, for not in all cases, but I'm sure in a lot of them, whenever you're using drugs and you want to get clean, a lot of your friends, I'm sure, must be users too. Do you feel that you need to change that as well?
Yes, especially when you first start trying to get clean. I think it's really important for you to stay away from people who are using, because it is a temptation. And when you first stop wanting to stop, you do want to stop, but if it's around you, you do not want to stop. No matter what, you'll try to get it, and your brain will try to trick you into it. Like, your brain will try to say, "Oh, it's only one time," or "Oh, I did this." So, for example, I did get on a test. I might as well do this, you know. And it'll just try to trick you into it. So yeah.
And what do you plan on doing for yourself to keep yourself out of drugs?
Keeping yourself busy is the most important thing. I have 2 jobs. Work all the time when you get home, do chores, play video games, hang out with friends, do recreational activities, go play pool. Keep yourself busy, because if you keep yourself busy, it keeps your mind off it.
And are any of your friends still using, or do you hang around with anyone who is still using, and if so, do you find that a temptation?
Currently, I'm only hanging around a couple people that are using, and not a lot, and I kind of find it it's a temptation, but I can handle it right now, and it's not that big of a deal with me.
What if that changes, though? What if it comes to the point where you can't handle it anymore? Do you worry that you could potentially start using again, or do you feel that you would be able to get yourself out of the situation?
I feel like I'd be able to get myself out of the situation. I just tell my buddy, I can't chill with you till you're clean, you know. I'm sorry, I just cannot handle it. I don't want to go through that again, and I just separate myself from him until he's clean, and then become back friends with him, you know.
And obviously you don't remember what happened in Sean's garage that night. However, from what you have heard, what happened that night?
Starting from when?
From the start, whenever things, I guess, start to get out of hand, or the situation in whole.
I was supposed to have a party at my house, and I was doing a lot of perk sets, and I was supposed to have a big party at my house. My mom didn't want me to, because I was too messed up, so she called the cops on me. So cops came, they left. I called my drug dealer up. He brought me a 20-bag of perks, and I started popping them and railing them, and then I started smoking them, because I used to smoke them a lot. And then, so we were going to go to Sean's house to party, so I popped 3, and then I smoked 2, and then I just railed 2. And I got in the car, and then as soon as I got in the car, I just blacked out. And then I heard, I was at the house, and my buddy thought I was joking, so he tried to wake me up, so he just slapped me to wake me up, but I wouldn't wake up. So they picked me up on my feet, and they dragged me through the snow into the garage, and then I heard Sean give me CPR, and then paramedics arrived. First of all, it's expensive. Second of all, it's pretty much just a fake way to get pleasure. You do the same thing. You play sports, you get adrenaline, you get dopamine in your brain. It's pretty much just artificial dopamine that doesn't last as long, and it's a quick fix. So why get something and then be high for 10 minutes? And it's just a waste of money. It ruins your entire life. I've lost an entire year of my life. I don't remember an entire year of my life. I'm behind on school. I'm behind on everything. I've been arrested multiple times. Stuff like that. It just ruins your life.
If you could have changed the path you were going to go down, what would you have done differently?
not have started drugs, would have stayed at private school. Yeah, so.
Do you think there's a lot of temptation in school to start drugs?
High schools is the biggest place temptation. There's people, every time I walk in the washroom, there's people doing drugs. There's people in the hallway with drugs. There's so many people selling drugs at school. It's insane. There's people doing drugs in the class.
Do you think that's the same situation at most schools?
Every single high school in Ottawa, except if they're Catholic. The Catholic schools, you probably know.
What do you think of the treatment options and the support groups that are available here in Ottawa?
I think there should be more detoxes for one, like the detox on Montreal Road. I love it. It's a great place, like a great environment. I enjoy it a lot, but there should be more of them because it's every time you call, there's never a bed. You have to wait, call. I think there should be more of those. There should be more rehabs, but they are building a new Dave Smith Center in Stittsville, I believe, or Carp. So that should be good. Like there should be like so definitely more detoxes and maybe even more rehabs. I'm not sure, but they should start doing stuff in the school, like have a class on in school or seminars or groups in school as well.
If they had more beds and people weren't being turned away, do you think the number of people that were doing drugs and the, I guess you could say, the rate would go down of how many people did drugs if there were more beds available?
In teenagers, yes, I would. But also, there's a lot of like adult, like homeless people who, I'm not saying they take advantage, but they also go there just for like food and bed and sleep. So I think there should be like an adult one and also a kids one, like a teenagers one. So just like, so there's always enough beds for the teenagers. So a lot of teenagers also don't go in because they're scared of being with 50-year-old men. Like my roommate in there was a 50-year-old, 6'7" guy from Jamaica. And like, I was my first one in there, I was 16, so just like...
It must have been a very uncomfortable situation.
Well, yeah, but I'm not usually uncomfortable in those situations. It doesn't matter to me. But usually, like, a lot of people do care about that. That's why a lot of people don't go in.
And what did you like about being at the detox center?
It was a really cool environment. You could watch movies with the guys. I became instant friends. I know I have 3 meals a day. I know I have a bed to sleep in. I know I have a shower. I know I can wash my clothes. Pretty much just, it's a safe environment.
And what helped you the most from being there?
Just having, pretty much, like I said before, like a safe environment with 3 meals a day really helped me out a lot. Knowing, like, there's not going to be somebody sneaking up on me or anything. Also being, all the older guys in there also helped me out a lot because they're really experienced and, like, they knew I was the youngest guy there, so they'd help me out, they'd give me advice. We just watch movies and stuff like that, just sense of friendship and, like, not having to watch your back and just being safe.
And what do you feel people need to do to stay safe in these situations?
In which situations?
Whenever you are using drugs, what should people do to at least stay safe about it?
Always have at least one sober person with you, and not just any person. Somebody that if they say no, you're not doing anymore, that you'll listen to. Also, I think they're called naloxone kits. Those are very, 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 very useful. Keep those on you, and don't try to push the limit. Like, if you're gonna do a little bit to have fun, go for it. But if you're trying to escape and like you keep on going and going and going and going, it just always ends in trouble. Also, like, don't be around an area you know you're gonna get in in trouble. You know, like, don't be out in Terry Fox running around the roads going all crazy because there's so many police officers around. It's just not a good situation.